arrested in Indianapolis, then a night out on the town turn into a morning wake-up call behind bars, the next 30 days are going to play a giant role in how your case plays out. If you are out in Indianapolis or Marion County, which is Marion County is Indianapolis is the seat of Marion County, if you are arrested and you are released, there are some things that are very important that you have to understand. Number one, did you have to pay a bond to get out? Was that bond a cash bond or a surety bond? If it was a cash bond, you'll get most of that, if not all that back, depending on how the case shakes out. Surety bond, that's gone. You had to pay a bondsman, that money is gone. But more importantly, if you are released on bond, what are the conditions of your release? Is it an alcohol offense? Most likely, if it is, that you cannot consume alcohol as a condition of your release. Is it a domestic violence or some type of crime of violence? There might be a no contact order or a stay away order. And those are about as serious as it can possibly get. Why? Because if there's a no contact order or a stay away order and you were to be alleged to violate that order, not only is it a violation of your bond, it's also a new criminal charge. So now when you get released, you're potentially looking at 2 different warrants for 2 different issues, which is a giant mess. So it's very important to understand what you were released under. Was it a cash bond, a surety bond, your own recognizance? Jill just said, carry on, little scamp, get out of here. Mostly for first-time offenders or low-level offenders is when we see released on their own recognizance. But then what you do, potentially as mitigators, is going to play a big role. Now here at the Marc Lopez Law Firm, if your crime involves some sort of drugs or alcohol abuse, whether that be a DUI, possession charge, it's likely we're going to have you do a county-certified alcohol or substance abuse evaluation. And it's very important that we understand the county-certified portion, because you don't want to just go to some random Joe facility down the street because he's a friend of a friend or he's a family friend or something like that, because it likely will not count and you're just doing things to do them. Stay busy. We want to make sure if you're doing anything before or while this case is going, that it's going to count long term if things go sideways. Number 2, if it's a crime involving violence, even if you're not guilty, we're still likely going to have you do some sort of anger management classes. Why? Because we want to make you look like $1 million if things end up going sideways, because it always gives us as defense attorneys a little bit more bite to our arguments when we try to work with the prosecutor when it comes to trying to negotiate, when it comes to preserving evidence and things like that, which is another important thing to get an attorney involved in early. Right when you get released from jail, the clock starts ticking. Is there video evidence that needs to be preserved? Or is there other type of evidence that we need to make sure that we get out and get before it gets destroyed? That all happens within the first 30 days. So it's very important, if you find yourself arrested in Indianapolis, to give an experienced attorney a call. If you find yourself in this situation or anyone you know, give us a call, 317-632-3642. And remember, always plead the fifth.